Hello, welcome to Unscripted on End Credit Reviews. Now, today, I'm just gonna tell you, I can't be the only one, but I really miss the days of hand-drawn animated movies, because who doesn't? Seriously, who doesn't miss that hand-drawn animated movies? Most of the days we see movies that are animated, they're just computerized. I'm not saying that that's bad, but I consider hand-drawn animation to have a lot more charm and a lot more life in it than just something that was made in a computer. Now, it's hard to believe that 20 years ago that this was actually the norm, just hand-drawn animated movies. In fact, another thing I miss about that time period was the fact that a lot of those, I consider movies that came out back in the 90s, like animated films like Disney, those are classics compared to what we have now. I'm sorry, but Frozen is overrated, I'll delete your comments if you say, oh, Frozen is the best animated film of all time. You gotta get a life. But anyway, I digress. But when it comes to classics, Disney first comes to mind, but not every animated film that's a classic is not Disney. And one of the primary examples of that is The Iron Giant. Now, The Iron Giant is based off a short story of the same name. It's about a kid named Hogarth, who's voiced by Eli Marienthal, discovers an alien robot known as the Iron Giant, who is voiced by Vin Diesel. After finding out the Iron Giant means no harm and has no recollection of his mission, he befriends him and they have fun. However, an agent named Mansley, voiced by Chris McDonald, discovers the Iron Giant and convinces the military that it's a threat. The Iron Giant is a movie that I loved as much nowadays as I did as a kid. Now, unlike a lot of not so good animated movies nowadays, this one avoids the pitfalls of not having any dance numbers or annoying sidekicks. I really like the relationship between Hogarth and the Iron Giant. I like how this kid is a teacher to this pretty much advanced robot, and it's not just a bunch of dumb references or whatever. And lines like this one right here, I really love.
That's Atomo, the Metal Menace. He's not the hero, he's the villain. He's not like you. You're a good guy. Like Superman.
This is dialogue that comes back later. That's how you make a smart screenplay, and pretty much treats the audience's intelligence. I also like how they wrote Mansley is not as evil, but he's just reflective on the paranoia during that time period in America.
You think this middleman is fun, but who built it? The Russians, the Chinese, Martians, Canadians? I don't care! All I know is we didn't build it, and that's reason enough to assume the worst and blow it to kingdom come.
Another thing I loved was the animation. The one character that easily showcases the best of it is the Iron Giant itself. Now, the Iron Giant was brought to life by computers. Now, this was common around the time to actually combine hand-drawn animation with that of computers, and while some of it didn't really work too well, this one has easily stand the test of time. So basically, I'm just going to say that The Iron Giant is a film that I'm really happy that this movie has gotten more and more recognition and gotten more attention throughout the years. In fact, this is actually getting a theatrical re-release. And it's also nice to know that the guy who directed this movie, Brad Bird, went on to direct other classics he also directed after this, was The Incredibles and Ratatouille. So pretty much, I would give The Iron Giant 4 stars out of 4.